The young man playing Michael Jackson in the biggest biopic of all time, the one getting standing ovations and awards buzz, has a family story behind the scenes that's just as dramatic as anything in the movie. Because Jaafar Jackson's mother, Alejandra Genevieve Oziaza, didn't just have children with one Jackson brother. She had children with two of them. She dated Randy Jackson first. That's Michael Jackson's younger brother, Randy. Not Randy Jackson from American Idol. Two completely different people. She had two kids with him, then left him, started dating his older brother Jermaine, married Jermaine, had two more kids including Jaafar, and did all of this while living in the same Jackson family household. The brothers didn't speak for years. Katherine Jackson was furious. And Randy said something publicly that tells you exactly how betrayed he felt. He said, "She's a pig and my brother is a fool," about his own brother, about the mother of his own children. This is one of the most chaotic family stories in entertainment history, and nobody's talking about it right now while Jaafar is on every red carpet in the world. Let me take you through the full timeline. Alejandra was a young Colombian woman living in Los Angeles when she first met Randy Jackson in 1986. She was about 17. Randy was 24. Now here's the first layer of mess. Randy was married at the time to a woman named Eliza Shafee. Alejandra and Randy started seeing each other while he was still in that marriage. The affair produced their first child, a daughter named Genevieve Katherine Jackson, born in 1989. Randy eventually divorced Eliza, continued his relationship with Alejandra, and they had a second child together, a son named Stephen Randall Jackson Jr., born in 1992. They were a family, two kids, years together, but they never got married. And according to Alejandra, the reason was simple. She said Randy never treated her like she was the one. Now here's where it gets ugly. While Randy and Alejandra were still together, she started getting close to Jermaine, Randy's older brother. Same family, same house, same bloodline. At some point in 1994, the relationship between Alejandra and Jermaine became more than friendly. She left Randy. And on March 18th, 1995, she married Jermaine Jackson in a ceremony that sent shockwaves through the entire family. Think about what that means. She went from having children with the younger brother to marrying the older brother, while all of them were living in or around the same Jackson compound in Encino, California. The children from both relationships were growing up under the same roof. Randy's kids now had a stepfather who was their biological uncle. Randy was devastated. He called the situation a betrayal and refused to speak to Jermaine for years. According to the New York Post, Randy said, "Joe Blow down the street, but my brother? In the same house?" He was so furious that he withheld child support payments for Genevieve and Randy Jr. Jermaine then publicly criticized Randy for not taking care of his own kids, which only made the war worse. Two brothers fighting over the same woman, while their mother, Katherine, watched her family tear itself apart. And none of it was private. All of it played out in interviews, court filings, and tabloid headlines. Jermaine and Alejandra went on to have two sons together. The first was Jaafar Jeremiah Jackson, born July 25, 1996, the same young man who is now starring as Michael Jackson in the biopic that just made $218 million. The second was Majesty Jermaine Jackson, born October 3, 2000. They also raised Dante Jackson, who was adopted by Joe and Katherine Jackson, but grew up in Alejandra and Jermaine's care. So Alejandra was raising 5 children in total, 2 by Randy, 2 by Jermaine, and 1 adopted. All Jacksons, all under one roof, all while 2 brothers in the same family refused to be in the same room. But Jermaine wasn't exactly a faithful husband either. In 1999, while still legally married to Alejandra, he reportedly had a ceremony at a local mosque with another woman named Lawanda. Then, in 2004, he filed for divorce from Alejandra, reportedly leaving the divorce papers in the house while he went on tour. The divorce was finalized in 2008. Alejandra got physical custody of the children. Jermaine was ordered to pay $3,000 a month in child support and $100,000 in accumulated debt. Alejandra gave up her right to spousal support entirely. And then came the stun gun incident. In 2010, something happened at the Jackson family estate involving a stun gun that brought the LA County Department of Children and Family Services to the property. According to documents obtained by TMZ, Alejandra claimed that Jermaine wanted her to keep living in the family home, not out of love, but so he wouldn't have to pay her child support. The situation was messy enough to trigger an official investigation into the welfare of the children. Through all of this, the affairs, the brother against brother war, the divorces, the investigations, Jaafar Jackson was growing up right in the middle of it, and now he's the one carrying the Jackson family legacy forward on the biggest screen in the world. He kept his casting a secret from his entire family for a full year before telling anyone. He told Interview magazine, "No one in my family knew for a full year. I kept it pretty quiet until I felt comfortable enough to share it." Maybe after growing up in a house where nothing was ever quiet, keeping a secret felt like the only power he had. The Jackson family made the greatest music the world has ever heard, but behind the music, behind the legacy, behind the red carpets and the biopics and the billion-dollar catalog, it's always been chaos. And the woman at the center of one of the messiest chapters in that family's history is the same woman who raised the young man now playing the king of pop. You can't write this stuff, but the Jacksons don't have to, because they lived it. Subscribe, because this family always has another chapter.